We're bringing some serious flavor to your plate with a Vietnamese lemongrass beef and vermicelli salad. It has incredibly tender, flavorful beef, a mountain of fresh herbs, and that perfect, can't get enough of it sauce that ties it all together.
Hi, I'm Laura. Welcome back to Dinner and Aside. We're here to help you elevate your cooking with restaurant quality recipes you can make at home. No culinary degree required. Stick around and your dinner is going to get a major upgrade.
Living in a small town, it's not often that I get out to a Vietnamese restaurant, but I love that I can make these at home, and it's actually super easy to get all of these ingredients at my regular grocery store. No difficult techniques or cooking tools required.
Vietnamese noodle salads are perfect for summer. They're so fresh and light. And because the veggies are served fresh, there's very little cooking to do here.
We're going to show you just how easy it is to get restaurant quality flavor with simple techniques, so you don't have to head out to the restaurant to enjoy this tasty meal.
All right, let's talk beef. You want something flavorful and tender, like a sirloin, a ribeye, or a flank steak. Those are all fantastic choices. But it's not all about the cut of beef, it's also about how you slice it. Make sure that you cut off any large pieces of fat or gristle first. You want this to be really tender. And for maximum tenderness, you need to slice the beef thinly against the grain. See how easily my knife glides through this? This is a total game changer for that melt in your mouth texture. Now for the flavor powerhouse, the marinade. This is where you build those complex, bold flavors that we're looking for. And I'm starting with the star of the show, the lemongrass. I'm just using the soft white part on the center of the lemongrass. You can use a lemongrass paste if you want, really easy to find. In with the lemongrass, I'm also adding the fresh garlic and a little bit of ginger. I can smell it already, amazing. Okay, now I'm going to add some fish sauce for that salty umami kick, some oyster sauce for richness, soy sauce, and some sugar. The sugar is key here. It balances the salt and allows the beef to get that caramelization in the pan. Oh, this is smelling really good. I'm also going to add a little bit of sesame oil just to bring it all together. Now we can add our thinly sliced beef to the marinade. Make sure every single piece gets coated. You need to let this marinate for at least 30 minutes, but really overnight is the best option. I'm just gonna cover this up now and turn things over to Angie for the salad.
A great vermicelli salad is all about fresh ingredients and contrasting textures, but it does all start with the noodle. Today we're using rice vermicelli. These noodles cook up super fast, so you've got to keep an eye on them. Just follow the package directions, which is usually a quick dip in boiling water for about 3 minutes. The second they're tender, drain them and immediately rinse them under cold water. Don't skip that step. It stops the cooking and washes off extra starch, which is what keeps them from turning into a mass of congealed noodles. Now for the fun part, the salad. I've got a whole garden of goodies here. Crisp, spiralized carrots, thinly sliced cucumber, and a handful of bean sprouts. For the herbs, I'm using the classic Vietnamese trio, fresh mint, cilantro, and basil. This combination is what gives this dish the authentic, bright aroma that makes it so refreshing. The one thing that I often can't find is Thai basil, and if that's the case, then you can just use Italian basil instead. It's time for what I think is the most important part of this entire dish, the dressing. It's called nuoc jam. This sauce is what ties everything together into the perfect harmony of sweet, spicy, salty, and sour. It starts with warm water, which is important because it helps the sugar dissolve easily. To that, I'm adding fresh lime juice for that bright, sour kick, and of course, the fish sauce. A quick word about the fish sauce. I know, but don't be afraid of it. Just make sure to get a high-quality brand. Good fish sauce will give you a clean, savory flavor that's not super fishy. It really does make a difference. Next, for the aromatics, I've got some finely minced garlic and some fresh red chilies for heat. You can add as much or as little chili as you like. You should be able to taste all 4 elements, the sweet, the sour, the salt, and the heat in every bite. I'm just gonna shake this all together, get it good and mixed. You know, the great thing about this is you can make it ahead of time. In fact, it gets even better as it sits in the fridge and the flavors meld. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge while Lori gets started on the beef.
It's time to cook the beef. We are going for a hard, fast sear on this meat. So I've got my large skillet here. If you have a big wok, that would be great too. And you want to heat this up on high until you can feel the heat coming off the pan. That's what's going to give you that nice char and caramelization on the meat that you would get at a restaurant. Once the pan is hot, add a little oil. Now here's rule number 2, and it's just as important. Don't overcrowd the pan. If you dump all the beef in at once, the pan's temperature is going to drop and the meat will just steam in its own juices. That's what makes beef tough and gray. You do not want that. So I'm going to cook each slice separately. That might take a couple of batches, but I'm willing to do it. Can you hear that sizzle? That's the sound of flavor.
Now it's time to put all of this together. For the salad, we're going to layer on the noodles, the carrots, cucumbers, bean sprouts. Pour about half the dressing over the top and toss it around a little to coat everything. In my excitement, I forgot to add the fresh herbs. They are super important to the flavors of these salads, so don't do what I did and forget about them.
And now for the star of the show, that lemongrass beef. Pile a generous amount of that delicious lemongrass beef right on top. The contrast between the beef and the cool, crisp salad is what makes this so special. And there you have it, the perfect Vietnamese lemongrass beef and vermicelli salad. And it looks like the best thing on the menu.
Don't forget, the full detailed recipe with all the measurements is in the description box down below. Also a link to our website where you can get the full recipe and print it too.
Thanks for watching. We've got a playlist for you right here to check out, so don't leave. Also, we'd love it if you'd give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you'll be notified of the next video.